introduce your single friends.
Yeah, like, what can I see finish with this one? What am I coming to your house to do? Like, don't you know me? We know each other. Come to my house.
They defaulted to just being friends. So
let's move to something else. I want to ask you, Golan, can you tell your partner everything about your past? Or are there things that should just go with one to the grave?
It depends again.
It
depends on how can the person handle the person handle it.
How can you tell if the person can handle or not?
That's the talking stage also.
Oh shit.
You know because you will find out
she has something to say.
I really want to know.
You would find out these things.
Eh.
Okay, fine. If there are basic things that you should let your partner. Okay, more like, okay, I'm getting into a relationship. I have some debts I'm trying to clear and all that. Yes, I should let you know. But there are some things that some partners have, even though you've had something with someone that they know, maybe they're necessarily not friends, but okay, I know this person. And then you've had something to do with that person in the past. And then you already know from how the person talks that when you say, I've had something to do with this person, it's all hell. Maybe the next time you just mistakenly pass near the person, you started something. Do you understand? There are people like that.
Yeah,
so
true.
would I want to say anything? I would just want to keep quiet and just.
Well, you see, either way, you're wrong.
But do you know
No,
it
do you
will
know?
be worse if that person gets
Exactly.
Eventually, yes.
Just say something
it's
happens,
between
and
them,
then
like,
that person now says, "Oh, you know, I used to have something to do with your boyfriend." What?
What?
Oh no, you
all
are not.
hell and heaven.
Okay.
And then I'm leaving her, and I'm coming to you. Why the hell did you not tell me that you had something? That means you're still currently having something to do with her. If not, you would have told me.
Yeah.
Now we're going to be settling the fact that you didn't tell me, and you might be having something to do with her right now. So how are we going to move forward?
I'll just say I'm born again now.
We're not going to move forward because now every time I see the girl, I'm going to come and meet you like,
And that was exactly
there you
what
are.
he was trying
And
to
that's
avoid.
exactly, and that's what you were trying to avoid.
Okay,
I mean,
so what do we do now?
I feel personally that you should tell. Even if I'm going to be looking at you and say, I feel more comfortable if she comes to me and tells me that, oh, I have something to do with you. Oh, yes, I knew about it.
This exactly.
No, I'm like, I knew about that. Okay, so I knew. He told me already.
You still go and look at him a certain way.
And yes, I'll still come and meet you and be like, I heard.
But Natasha, do you think it depends on how deep that's
I don't care.
secret
It
is?
might have just been a hi and hello. Tell me. I want to know.
Okay, I want because it's talking about
hi.
it's talking about talking stage. They've not started,
You
right?
better tell me at the talking stage.
So I want to ask,
so
as a
at the
girl,
talking stage,
That would be
when we
too
get there.
much information.
information. Okay, so I've had an abortion. Will I meet a guy let's say the second or third time and start telling him, oh guy, I've had an abortion. Oh, hope you don't mind.
Okay, so
getting married to me.
I like that kind of question.
Okay.
But let me give you another example. Let's say 2 weeks you just met this guy and then you had the abortion. And then the doctor that you met, okay, maybe not doctor, or somebody that was in the hospital saw you having the abortion. And then as you and the guy are moving together, the person like, oh, hey, how was the operation that you had that time? You know, I don't believe you guys today. You know, when you go and wash the baby out of your bum. You know,
Oh my God.
what exactly are you going to do at that point? Look at him and be like, it's not me, you're mistaken.
I think I will
gonna
tell
run away,
him, I would have eventually told you, like when I know we're getting serious. I feel like
If
Let me tell you, I'll tell you at the
if he's
talking
still
stage.
if he's still
Do you
going
know
to
why?
run away, if he's still going to run away,
He's
he'll
going to
still
run
run
away.
away.
Exactly.
Okay.
But the truth is, like
It'll
I
be
said,
worse when you're in the middle of it, when you really love this guy,
you're
and then you're
very
not telling him,
invested.
well, I had an abortion, and then he's like, well, deuces, bye. And you're like, oh no, but I really had something for you. And he's like, nah, I can't deal with your abortion story. Do you understand? And I also feel like you have to say that because in the near future, you never know what's going to happen. What if you don't get a child? What if something happens? So I feel like I would tell you at the beginning, say, hey guy, I had like 3 abortions. Though. Are you willing to stay?
do you want or you don't want?
You understand? Like, that's it though. That's my
Okay.
life story. Oh. I did some things when I mean, you won't say it in a mean way, but you tell him like I did some things.
but before you say that, I said, I always emphasize on something like you need to weigh the person's understand. See, you meet some people and you already know. If I just say this guy is just going to maybe even when he leaves, if we don't have anything, he's just going to go and tell everybody, that girl has had an abortion, that girl has had an abortion.
It's true. There's people
you
that
need to-
kiss and tell and
So you
all
need to know
that.
now.
Talk.
There's some people that, for me now, I'm free spirited. See, tell me, I'm not. I always tell people, I'm not a saint. See, you sin differently. I've sinned differently.
I agree.
So
What about sin?
bring it down. Just tell me, okay, I've had an abortion. Okay, and how was it? Okay, you didn't
And I really how was it?
To us.
talking.
Yes, I
Was
agree.
it done well? He said, did you do a checkup after? Okay, what happened? You can lay it out. Okay, this guy was in a serious relationship. He said this, he said that. Okay, he led to this. Okay, I understand it's not your fault. It's not like you were loose. You were in something serious, and then the guy became an ass
Okay.
and whatever. Okay, you have to do whatever you feel. Understanding. It's fine.
And
Because some
context
people
as well.
yeah. So I said you need to first, for you to even open up this kind of information.
Yeah, so it
When
depends.
you're talking, you need to
Understand
weigh
the
the person.
person.
Depends on how willing the person it is to, absorb.
Receive.
Yeah.
So it
So
boils
that's
down-
what
And
determines
then
whether or
there's
not.
people that
Selective disclosure.
Selective disclosure.
You
Okay.
select what you want to disclose at different times in your
and there's some
relationship.
people that also tell you that I don't want to know everything. Don't tell me everything because I would not. be
Like,
able
don't
to
tell me
move
about
on.
your exes
Yes,
and
I,
all.
I would not be able to move forward with that. So you know that okay, this kind of person, I won't tell you that. I mean, obviously. But if I'm like, I want to know everything. Tell me everything. Lay it all down. Let's move on.
For
From
me
there.
now, it's tell me everything.
I believe
I've
also,
dated,
I'm also-
I've dated a girl that
Me too.
we got talking. And,
Okay.
we're trying to date, and she told me, oh, she had done this. She dated a married man. I'm like, okay, you know what? That's fine. That was in the past, right? Okay, I told her, I said, I'm not going to judge you based on what you did. I will judge you based on what you
You're
do.
doing now.
Okay.
Eventually, the man she dated
Came
and- No, she told me she had dated married men, but there was one particular one she left out. She said they were just friends. And I asked her, I said-
Selective disclosure.
and I asked her, the reason why she did that was she was still having something.
With
do
the
with the
person.
guy.
So I asked her,
Okay.
I said, are you still, did you ever, I didn't even say are you, I said, did you ever have anything to do with this guy? Because this guy is taking you everywhere. He's a married man. You guys are going out. Yeah, it's his wife. And she's like, no, it's just, and I'm like, okay. But eventually I found out we were sleeping with each other. And then I'm like, okay, fine. Now I'm going to judge you based on what you
you're
do.
doing now.
Yeah.
But she told me everything and we moved on. So,
Interesting. Okay, so let's move past this. Oh, I want to ask something different. So, Yowen, you've been quiet. Recently, I think people are single for different reasons, and there are different places to meet people, especially social media. But I wanted to share some tips on how single people meet people. Where do we go to? Especially introverts, What do you think?
Tinder.
Oh shit! I don't believe in that thing personally, but let me hear from her though. Let me hear from her.
I'm an introvert sometimes and I'm an extrovert sometimes. I think professionally I'm an extrovert. Personally I'm an introvert.
Oh shit!
So
Yeah, shit.
I'm right here.
So for me, where I've met people would be on flights,
Okay.
on business class lounges, on events, seminars, work events, and socials like this. So those three places are where I have actually met people that I've had long relationships with, reasonable relationships, helpful relationships, symbiotic relationships. Yeah.
Nice.
So those places for me.
Let me quickly ask Natasha, where did you meet your husband?
Oh, it was actually old school. A friend of a friend that
Introduced.
introduced and said, "Oh, hi, how are you?" And that's how we met.
Where did you meet your
Right.
husband? In school. I think school relationships help too. Well,
Were you in the same class?
no,
we're
I don't
just
think
friends.
so.
So I mean, also look within your network.
Okay.
There might be people. I mean, it has happened a lot. I'm a practical example. So it can happen, and then married people or people in relationships introduce your single friends to each other.
Natasha, are you hearing?
Right.
Yeah. So introduce your single friends to each other.
Like when you have events.
Invite them for lunch.
Sorry.
You don't need to necessarily orchestrate anything. Put them in the same environment, and what will happen naturally will most likely happen.
Well, I feel like there's no way you cannot meet anybody.
Yeah,
Even in
that's
the club.
true.
I feel like it just depends on who you're meeting. Basically, I don't think there's any particular place that you have to meet everybody. don't be like me. Don't be at home every time.
True.
I mean-
Because you cannot be sitting there in your house and saying,
expect
well,
someone
I
to
haven't
just-
met somebody and I'm still looking. And I'm saying,
But
wow.
people do meet people from the comfort of their home.
Oh, I know,
Yeah.
social
There's
media.
Instagram.
Yeah.
And
Oh.
it's
Kind of like not
no
a-
50-50. You might meet the person eventually. I don't like the person.
Oh, I've
I'm not a social
I've
media
had
kind of
I've
person.
had one of the best relationships.
From Tinder?
No, from Facebook.
club?
The person I had the longest and the best relationship with.
Best.
Yeah, in the past was from Facebook. And then I met her and we got talking and then remember the days of 2Go? And yeah. So that period as well, that helped us. And I traveled all the way to Calabar to see her.
Wow.
And even
That was
though
love. What
well, even though we're no longer together, we're still friends. But yeah, we're still friends.
Is she married?
No, she's not married, but we're just no longer together. But we managed to become friends. Usually, I'm the sort of person that if we used to date and we're no longer dating, that's it. But for some reason, she just remained in the picture, and then we're still friends.
Have you talked about the marriage to end up with her?
She has changed and she became a different person, and I wasn't really sure.
But you're still, I know, everybody changed.
Everybody changed, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then.
I think it's because you said the best. That's what we're trying to say.
Yeah,
Yes,
because
and then you're still friends.
because
Yeah.
she understood the sort of person that she understands me very well and knows that I can be very weird to certain people, but then she understood, and when I do those things, she's like, oh, not be Jamal, be that, I think. So yeah, so the fact that she understood me and willing to put up with me and all that
Oh, nice.
yeah.
But I actually kind of think that that's love that you're describing. Am I sorry? Do you understand?
What
Like,
really happened?
what you're saying, it sounds like, oh no, it was a good thing. We didn't have a bad thing coming, so we just broke.
Okay, let me move
I don't
on
know.
from this question to
Excuse
something related to that. You just said something like you can't be friends with your ex. Now, I have someone that I've dated, and even when we started dating, I knew this cannot lead to marriage.
Why?
I just knew. So, and we're still friends. So when you say you can't be friends with your ex, I think there's still some exes that are just meant to be friends. I think we just come
to that.
We can't. We
because
just
I don't
come.
have any
You don't have
experience
such.
with that.
Do you have such
I have
experience? Like
exes like that.
you're not friends with your ex.
But-
any of your ex.
But do you go into relationships though with the intention to
Oh,
get?
wait. Let's move on. What did she say?
Okay, so let me tell you what.
I think she.
The queen said that she
way she
doesn't
said it.
have an ex.
You're nobody's ex.
Nobody. Hey!
Hey, nobody can come and claim me
Hey!
Okay, there are no exes.
Okay.
Oh, shit. Are you still friends with some of your ex?
Yes, definitely.
That is very weird. You don't think that that's weird?
No.
I don't think it is.
No, because let me
For
explain
me,
something
though,
to you.
okay.
It's not like it's a bad relationship. But if it was so good that we can be friends, before
Why are we
you
not together?
exactly why we're not together. Before you get married to somebody or before you be in a relationship with somebody, you always say, let that person be your friend. If I can stand you as a friend, then I can stand you in marriage.
Well,
I can
then
stand you-
they,
Sure, I don't think
they
so.
defaulted to just being friends. So they,
No, you know,
Oh, I
In
think I'm
friendships are platonic. We move.
Yeah.
When it upgrades into relationships,
when there's emotions,
expectations
when there's
change.
emotions.
Yeah.
Emotions change. There are different things. So
See,
someone
I'm
can be
getting
a
educated.
beautiful, awesome, wonderful friend. But when it comes to being a partner,
yeah,
That was what happened.
But then, what's
That's
the
what
difference?
happened,
What's
so-
the difference between being your friend and being your partner? Like, we're still friends. We're still joking. The only thing that we're
Sex.
sleeping together.
Sex
That's
is
it. That's all.
different.
That's the only thing that's different.
and
We're
then
sleeping
sex.
together.
Everybody.
no, not
peop-
just sex,
Not
life.
just sex.
Yeah, people see sex
What's the
different.
difference? We're
Sex
going
means
out
different
together.
things to different people.
Exactly.
That's
No,
true
no,
though.
even not just sex. See, we're friends now. My expectations from you are part of
Yeah.
Now, once we move from friendship
To relationship, expectations become.
emotions enter,
And you're always on
expectations
air, and I don't get to talk to you every time. We're like,
No, but then I can understand that that's his work. And in the
And
theater,
then
like
life-
12
No,
hours.
when as a friend you will,
As a friend, but-
but in a relationship you will not. You
Then
won't
that's
be
a very
able to.
stupid, wicked friend.
No.
I couldn't be friends with you if you cannot understand that I'm in the
And then
theater
life
operating. And then you're telling me that I have to be calling you and telling you like, hey, wait, I'm in the kitchen. Are you kidding
No,
me?
like it's a whole lot. Life is happening. Children are
Yes.
coming. You probably want
Yeah.
children. He doesn't want children. Your
Yeah.
family. You probably cannot put up with his family because he can't control.
So many
Like there's
different
a
things.
lot.
So many
There is a lot. Finances. You love him. He's good. He's that. But he's a spendthrift, and you want someone you can build with. You're telling him, my friend just got a land. Let's buy a land. I said, no, I want to buy. It's a lot of all these.
You know?
Or he
So
wants
that's
to
it.
jackpot
So now-
and you want to stay in Nigeria.
So now, at the end of the day, you guys already just get to a conclusion like, the relationship thing won't work. But there's
Yes.
no bad blood.
Yeah,
no,
it was a mutual
bad blood
agreement.
at
You
all.
know
Yeah.
what?
I
And
have an ex of mine that got married, gave birth. At the point she had to call me to order one food for her. I ordered the food, sent it to her. We got to that point where we're just friends.
No,
You understand? But we got to understand.
really,
Never, right?
Do you get?
I'm
So
cutting
she
you
has
off.
left the WhatsApp.
really.
I'm telling you.
Completely.
Completely, I'm cutting you off. We're broken up. Okay, peace. Bye bye. I'm really And if my husband talks to his ex-girlfriend, what is the problem?
What if there are points that you actually need it, the thing that you need to do? He's the only one that's able to help you with
let me
that.
tell you, there are 101 billion people.
And-
in the
but you
world.
don't
Go
know
find
those
somebody
people.
else. I don't care. Go look for them. Find somebody else. Somebody else is going to know how to do it. That's not the only person in the world that knows how to do it. Are you kidding me right now? No way. Find somebody else.
What if there's a contract offer from the ex?
I don't care.
Jesus,
Don't bring no contract.
cool down, Natasha.
No, don't try those facts. No. You see, let me tell you something. All
Random.
facts can come up, and then
Natasha was saying,
facts that
do you
doesn't
want
Okay.
to seduce me with money?
I don't know. Like,
Okay.
so you now think it's money?
Oh,
huh?
okay, interesting.
I don't
Let's leave this talk. Let's move to something else. Let me ask Jamal, how do you feel if your partner earns more than you?
Well,
I do.
I'm a pretty confident guy,
Oh, shame.
and I've actually been in that situation before.
Oh, really?
When in the initial stage, my early days in relationship, and this girl, she has money, but then she respects me as a guy.
Oh, okay.
And when we go to places, she will slide the money into my pocket and make it look like
Young, naive, young.
Thank you, that's what.
I'm sorry. I would not agree to that.
No, she was actually older than I am at the
That's
time.
better.
So
But I would not agree to that. I don't think that's love. I'd rather just pay for it. You're confident. You don't mind me paying.
But I
so
think she was
No, no, no,
considerate
you-
of his feelings
Yeah, no,
in
no,
public.
yeah,
how people would
Is
see
it
people's
like man
perception,
ego
yeah.
thing?
Yeah.
She was trying to protect.
Let me give you a very perfect example. I make my own money, I don't care, I do what I have to do. Go to a restaurant, I can pay for myself and all of that. And there was one time, before I got married to my husband, we needed to buy something on his street. It was very simple. I was the one with the money. It's not like he didn't have the money, but I was the one with the money. He had left the house without money. But I think he had come to pick me up, so I was in my bag, I had money and everything. And I needed to buy something from the street that we're going to use in the house. And it just, for no reason, it just occurred to me that perception management. We know where the money is coming from. There's no struggle, there is no anything. But you need to be able to control. You can't explain everything to outsiders.
But then
It is also an environment thing. If you go to there are certain restaurants you go to, it doesn't matter who settles the bills. There are certain places you go to that. I mean, I don't want anybody to talk to my. See, apart from, we don't all operate on the same level.
yes, but some people are concerned about public perception.
I
how-
don't think that you should actually.
Yeah, it is not right,
I'm not
but
necessarily concerned. I don't want anybody to, I don't know how to say, there are places we go to and I pay, there's no big deal. But because of that particular environment, I didn't want anybody inferring. I don't know if it's just me, but I was so concerned. I'm typically not concerned. I think she knows. I don't really care. I really don't care. But I knew that we're not operating on the same frequency. Okay. With the people that I was getting things from. So it just made more sense in that moment to ask him to pay.
yeah, so I think if you respect a woman and and you, it shouldn't be a problem if your girl pays. It's okay if a girl earns more than you, just so long as you're not being an asshole and just sitting there and not doing anything, and it's
Let me
okay.
give you an instance. There's a friend of mine that her sister works somewhere. She earns well. The husband works in a different location, earns lower than her. So when they got married, there was this argument of who is going to move, who should
The
stay.
husband is dumb if it says
Exactly.
if it
So
says
it was
husband.
all back and forth. I'm the man, you should come to me. I got married to you. And she earns more than him. So that situation.
I think
Yes,
he's just an insecure person,
Right.
whose ego is bigger than reality. Because I mean, myself and my husband did a video, and somebody asked. So we were doing a Q&A, and
Okay.
someone asked, "What do you do when you earn higher than your husband? Do you like just that sort of question?" And I looked to my husband and said, "If I earn higher than you, who's going to enjoy this money?"
What about
Let's be realistic. Who
Exactly.
like it's for the both of us. My connections are now your connections. Where that money can take me to, that money can automatically take you there. So why would your ego come before that?
But sometimes it's different. It also depends on the ladies. Some women tend to be like they tend to develop ego all of a sudden because they're the ones that are providing the money.
that's
Then they'll,
true,
and then that
true.
then affects the man, and then it makes the man feel like a sucker. So that becomes a problem
Know who
generally.
you are with.
That's why I also think maturity comes in.
Yeah.
Because, say for instance, former Minister of Health. Well, that's the position I'm going to be at.
Chop 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 chop.
So that's my aspiring.
I know you're right.
So that's my aspiring position. She's a very made woman, and her husband is sorry to say is nobody, but he doesn't care. There's even this pastor Adejumo. I was watching something on Instagram the other day, and everybody was like, "Oh, the wife is the one that is leading the family, and this is that, and this is that." And she came out to say no. Even the husband came out and said no. I allowed her to shine because it's her time to shine.
Period.
And he's like, I've been in the spotlight, I'm the pastor. But then I took a seat back and I was like, let my wife lead. She can lead. And she's leading very well. So I feel like it's mostly for insecure men and women that are not matured and feel like, oh, now I'm the leader. Hey, husband, come here. Sit down. Or you go outside and then all of a sudden, don't get me wrong, I feel like it's a partnership. It's a togetherness something. One person is not above the other person.
Yeah.
Still working with the sense that the man is the head of the house. However, it's still a togetherness.
Yeah, and believe that this is a team and one person cannot function without the other.
Team, and we cannot function. So it's not a fight. It's not about who is more senior
Yeah.
than the other.
It's just that the money that is available for us.
It's us. Nobody has to know who is earning more than who. Nobody has to know who is bringing in more money. The point is, I'm popping and you're popping. That's
Period.
all. Do you understand?
And
No,
that's all.
really. And
Okay.
And that's a period.
Perception. I'm sorry, just 1 minute.
Okay.
Well, a few seconds. A lot of this perception comes from people who have had bad experience, and then they blow it, like they tell a lot of people, and then men are now afraid of going out with or marrying women. Know who you are with.
Yeah.
Interesting. Know who you're with. Thank you very much. Let's take a break. So this next question, I would like everyone to just give one answer because I think it goes to for both married people and single, whoever. So the question is, what are the things to consider before getting married? So let's start with you. Just tell me one answer, and that is it. Values, okay? Wait, I really want you to explain like values. Is it that your values should align with the
Our
other
values should
person?
definitely align.
Okay.
I need to understand that you treat people with the level of dignity that they deserve.
Okay.
I need to know that you're committed to your work and you're not just rich today and not tomorrow.
So shit.
What kind of parents do you want to be? Do you want to have children? Do we want to have children? How do you see the world? What is your perception of the world?
Interesting. That's nice. How about you, Jamal?
The ability to sacrifice and make compromise, knowing that that person has that ability. Also, whether or not you have plans, because for one to get married, you have to have a plan, because children are going to come into play, or a child is going to come into play, who will have needs. What are the plans or putting in place to make all of those happen. So I think, yeah, those two things for me, just
Works
like,
for you,
yeah, just
okay.
like they say, variety is the spice of life. Money is a spice in marriage and relationship. Whether we
Interesting.
believe it or not, it is the fact, and it brings some sort of happiness to relationships. So yeah, I think those are the two major things for me.
Okay, nice.
consider.
Natasha, what about you?
Your relationship with God.
Oh, she.
I don't know. For me personally, that's very important because I need to know that you believe that there's God. You believe that there's somebody high up like sitting on us. And all these kind of things like, oh, we don't give tithe here, or oh no, we give tithe here. We need to know where you
Have an
stand,
understanding.
Yeah,
so that
Natasha,
it's not.
sorry to cut you, but you might have belief that there's God, but you might not practice.
So I'm running away from that kind of person. So see, I need to know. that
Okay,
kind
you
of
need to
person.
understand
Like,
that.
Are you just the? Oh, I believe there's God, but I'm not going to any church. Or all the pastors are thieves. All of them, all they want is my money. They're eating the tithe. I need to know your mentality about this kind of things because I don't believe that. I don't think all the pastors are thieves. I don't think that they're eating our money. I don't think that they're eating the tithe. So that's my belief. So I need to understand that we're on the same page. What's your relationship with God? How do you feel? Do you think there's heaven? Do you think there's hell? That kind of stuff.
Interesting. Okay. How about you?
For me, attraction. Attraction
Wow.
around
Yes.
physical, intellectual, sexual.
Hey!
Uh-uh.
Oh,
Wait,
sorry!
before getting married, wait, you should not clap for it first. Sexual too. How about you don't believe it? What if the girl is abstaining?
Ah, no.
She can she can abstain. She can abstain, but you guys can talk.
Myself and my husband
Okay.
waited till
Before-
we got
Oh, you
married.
can
Before
talk, huh?
having
But
sex.
we knew before we got married that we were compatible and we were attracted to each other.
That's
I
it.
think
Nice.
that's very dicey. I really
So
think
it,
that's
that
very
it
dicey.
is very dicey. It's as much as that was our belief. It doesn't necessarily work
For everyone.
The way
Right.
it has worked for us. I don't know how to really advise people on that, but there were so many things we did to learn. We talked, we learned. We had counseling. There are sex therapists. There are all these things. So
Yeah, I was listening to Pastor. I think his name is Kennedy, whatever his name. He was saying something about why are you comparing your husband with another person. So how many people have you tried, sister? That you
True,
know
I think I
you
heard that.
compare
Yeah,
your
yeah, yeah,
husband
yeah,
and
yeah,
you're
yeah.
Saying, oh, my husband is not doing. How do you know that he's not doing well? How do you know? So it's two of you that have to work together. I have to kind of agree with that.
Okay, so when you say sexual attraction, like you guys have the same,
Yeah.
not that
Kinky
she's
things.
Not
Yeah.
not
she
when
wants
you
it
can't-
rough and you
You
want
can't be
it.
with somebody that likes on a scale of 1 to 10. You can't be with somebody that likes sex on a scale on a 2.
Yeah.
And then you are
On a
a
10.
It definitely will not work. There will be cheating in that sort of relationship.
So
So you
Yeah.
need to talk about
Talk
it.
on, like she said, talk about it.
and whether or not
Are you
it is
open,
what
are
you
you
want.
open to learning? Again, learning. Some people are not ready to learn. They don't want to
Learn.
know. But are you open to learn? So attraction, basically,
Interesting.
because at the end of the day, you know, they say I came across something of recent on social media that said, no be mindset, go follow me work out for street. You have to be physically attracted to the person, so you have to be able to stand and say, okay, that's my man.
That's
Because
my
that's
man.
why you talk to the
Attraction is
person
very
in the
under-
first
like,
place
underrated.
before you get to know.
Nice. Yo, Wayne.
Princess.
Okay, for me, I would say effective and continuous communication. Communication should not stop at all. Never assume that the other person knows how this should be done or how it should continue. People change. So continuously communicate. Then the second would be forgiveness and patience. You think you have patience. You think you can be calm.
Wait till you get
Think
married.
again.
Interesting. So that is it for you.
Yeah,
I guess
that's
I think I've gotten the point from everybody. You said, what did you say? Values. You said
Sacrifices and compromise.
sacrifices.
Yeah, and then,
Then you,
know,
mentioned finance. And
finance,
all.
yeah.
Then you said relationship with God. Well, I said attraction. Then you went communication.
And I
That's
think all of
nice.
these points.
Yeah, they all
They
go
all-
well
yeah.
when to consider. Okay, that is it for this question. The last question I want to ask, I saw this on Simidakolo's page, and he said, what kind of parents would this loving man or woman be to my children? Is a very important question to ask before you
Yes.
marry somebody.
Very
So,
important.
and this question is a bit, or this saying is somehow, because it's not everybody that really wants to have children.
Yeah.
If you think about it. So do you consider that, like, I'm asking you Natasha, like, is that something you considered before you got married?
Yes.
What kind
and-
of parent would this person be?
Yes, what kind of father would you be to my children? It's very important because if you have somebody that is just free, does not have any value, like she said, does not have anything, you're just going, wake up in the morning, hello, good morning. That's the kind of children that you're going to have.
True.
So that's what he's going to teach the children, that just wake up in the morning and say, okay, you don't have anything. Are you going to sit down? Are you going to pray? Are you going to say, okay, God, direct my path? What are you going to impact in those children's life? These are people that are coming up. And it's so bad because the new generation that are coming up, I feel like, well, don't let me say our generation is, I think we lost it or we're losing it to teach the younger generation that are coming up. Because there are a lot of things that you see on social media. If you open it, this one is killing that one. And they're all young people. And you're like, where are their parents? What are they teaching them? And it's because the father is looking somewhere else. And the mother is like, well, I don't know, the children are okay. Hey, it's just like his father. They are both the same thing. So people are bringing up themselves. And
Yes,
themselves
that's
are
true.
not the
They keep
best.
multiplying,
So
yeah.
it's very important that you have to sit down and think, is this the kind of person I want my child to be? I mean, if I have a child that looks like this, would I be okay with that? Just something. So I think it's actually very important to actually do.
Okay, that's
And again, even in correction, some people feel like I'm going to beat my child. The other person is like, you dare not touch my child. So you have to ask this question.
how do you know? Okay, still the talking.
Yes, still the talking and asking about parenting. Are you going to beat the child? Are you? How do you feel about correction? I know of a lady that says that you cannot touch her child. In fact, even the husband cannot touch child. He's talk. Hey, sit down there. You just say no. You say, Bob, I'm begging you to sit down there. And you're like, why? Slap the child to sit down there. Why are we still talking about this? And she's like, no. We don't use hands here. This is a what's that word? Terror-free or I don't know. The new generation call it something about.
You keep saying new generation like
yes, their mindset is very
Okay.
different from our mindset. I'm sure you were beaten when you were a child.
Jesus Christ.
I was beaten when I was a child. And I'm fine. I mean, I consider myself fine. I mean, I consider myself. But I don't think there's anything wrong with me physically. And I don't think that my parents were mean to me. I don't think that they were torturing me. I don't think that they were the worst parent on the planet. I think they did their best. And I turned out great. If they didn't beat me, I probably would have turned out worse because I'm a very stubborn person. I'm the last child, like she. And my way is my way. You can't tell me shit. If I'm going like this, I'm going like that. So I feel like if you don't correct me with a strong hand, I'm going that way. When you say don't go there, I'm like, okay, what's there? Let me go and find out what's there. So if you don't bring me back like, hey, come here, sit down here, I'll probably have turned out to be, I don't know, somebody on the street saying, hey, what's up? So like, I don't know. I feel like we need to sit down.
Oh my
and have
God.
Yeah. So
Interesting.
I think that values, like she mentioned, those things are very important because part of the reason we get married and want to have a family is so that we bring someone into this world who we're going to insert into the society, and then how they behave, how they treat other people will depend on the knowledge and the things, the values that we impact into them. So it's very, very important that you know who it is that you're getting married to, and whether
if
or
you
not,
both want the same
and
thing.
whether or not that person's value,
Align with
will
yours.
and then help grow a child and put a child into this. So it's very, very
No, but seriously, like I tell people on a lighter note, I tell some of my friends, I say, okay, you're chasing Big Bum Bum. Big Bum Bum will not raise you. Have you thought about the mindset? Have you thought about his mindset?
Big Bum
Because at the end of the
Bum.
day, it's
No,
the
it's
truth. Big Bum Bum will not raise your kids. So what are you chasing? You
That's why we have fucked
you
up
should be able to.
children.
What kind of
Exactly.
what kind of life do you even want for your kids?
That's
You
it.
must have at least pictured that before you now find somebody who fits the picture.
Exactly.
You know you
Because
came to
you're
this
thinking
thing-
ahead.
Yes, you're thinking ahead. Oh, this is the kind of home. This is my ideal kind of home. This is how I would like to raise my children. These are the values, the qualities with which I would like them to grow up with. And then you go and get a Yahoo boy. How will it work?
That's true. That's true. That's
I
true.
agree.
Values.
And then the major point
Okay,
that
the
I
major
feel like
one.
should be like the number one before you even do anything. Ask about genotype. That's like your number one. I'm so sorry, and I think this is going to sound mean, but I don't feel bad for parents when I see them bring the children inside and I see that the child is
Yes,
dead and
because,
going through like
yeah.
complications of the disease and all that.
Yeah.
Because I'm
The
like,
child didn't
what
ask
is
for
wrong with you?
Why didn't you guys talk about it?
Why exactly? We still have it in 2022. We're still having people that are coming to the hospital and like, I don't know. I did not know that was. I did not know my own. No, and she did not know. Why are we still doing that?
Yeah, but what about people who just have sex and had sex and then a child came into them, and then of course you've not gone to
That's
do.
why.
Why are you pointing at me?
That's why I feel like that you should not just be having sex with anybody.
That's true. That's true.
And then even if you want to have
Unprotected sex,
with
yeah.
anybody, exactly. Make sure that you get protected.
That's
Other
true.
things are worse than HBS.
True.
2021, there is technology and there is science. If you decide you want to make certain decisions, it is important that you weigh the consequences of your decision and find a science for technology solution. People are doing IVF now. You know this is the person you want to get married and this is the situation on ground. Don't try yourself. Go and do IVF. Make enough money, do IVF. There are also tests that happen. So there are tests that can happen at least within the first 4 weeks of a woman's
When she's
pregnancy
pregnant.
to find out. There is science, there is
expensive though,
technology.
but you
It's
can afford it.
expensive,
Yeah.
but if you
But
decide
if you
that
Decide to
decide
do
that
it,
exactly,
this
go
is
be
the
ready for the
consequence of your action, you
I
have
agree.
to pay for it. So there is too much knowledge flying around for
For
the
you
kind
to
of
be
mistakes
ignorant.
that people are still making in 2022.
Again, down to the type of person that is someone that is knowledgeable about things, someone that is open to learning and
That's
those sort
true.
of things. Yeah.
So we can agree that finance and communication are very important.
Very, very important.
Finance.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we're
Oh,
done with this
yeah,
one.
I see your point.
There's the last one. This is from a friend, and this is not part of our discussion, but she just wanted me to throw this in. She got a scholarship to study abroad, and she was dating someone in Nigeria, and they had this back and forth of the guy wanted to be in Nigeria, and she, of course, got a scholarship. So she was thrown in between. Should I stay with this guy? So what do you do? And you know this guy is like your perfect spec, everything you want in a man.
You won't get a spectacle.
Anyone who knows you will want you to
get
be
a
at your best.
Right?
Nobody will want to hold you back.
Come on.
That's what you need to do.
A future
Come on.
first,
And there are
right?
ways that she can do it, and then he can come and meet her there.
He doesn't even want to come.
So it's been
Okay.
selfish.
He wants to
You already
be
know
in
that kind of
Nigeria.
person.
Spoken about compromise. and
Yeah.
Yes,
We don't
yes.
just we must move. We might not all get what we want 100, but something must give.
You have to move.
Something exactly.
Something must give.
I agree.
You have to move. So if she's saying, okay, I have to go, okay, but when I go
In the
there,
next
we
2
can
years,
I can do this, and you can come. Even if you don't want to stay here, we can get you to come here for like a year, 2, and then you get your stuff together, and then you can go and come back, and we're good. We have understanding, and you move. But you don't just want to move at all. And you expect come back. That's
Exactly.
selfish.
That's very selfish.
So for
That's
me,
selfish,
I would say,
right?
ja,
Yay! Thank you so much, you guys. Like, this has been so interesting. Like, I had fun. Thank you so much.
We had
Thank you,
fun
thank you. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this beautiful and wonderful interactive session. I had fun, and I hope you got 1 or 2 points that, I don't know, you like. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, share this video with your friends, your loved ones. Thank you. Say bye.
Bye.
Bye.